Hi, what's up guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channels. So today I want to announce you that my Aspin, my native Filipino bred dog, came to Japan. So I prepared for my dogs for a long time. I think it took around like more than 6 months to prepare everything like flight and document that is necessary for importing from abroad to Japan. So it's very complicated, but I finally done it. I was able to pick up my dog at Narita International Airport. The reason why I brought my dog from Philippines to Japan is that I can't go back to the Philippines for a long time, I guess. So before I left the Philippines, I was planning to bring my dog to Japan, but I was not able to do that when I came back to Japan because it was a very long process and there was less capacity of the flight and then less number of airplane going back to Japan because it was start of the COVID-19. Due to the COVID-19, of course, I've experienced the lockdown. I was not able to travel my dog to the animal hospital which can process antibody test for rabies. So it is one of the requirements for the pet if you want to bring the pet from abroad to Japan. It took time. And another reason, I asked my Japanese friend to take care of my dog, and I also asked the owner of apartment to accommodate my dogs only. There was no people who live in my apartment. The owner was very kind to me and of course and dogs, so I really appreciate her decision and her kindness. I need to return something to her. I kept my dogs in the Philippines more than 6 months, I guess. I really appreciate the effort of my Japanese friends and effort of some vets in the Philippines and the kindness of the apartment owners. Thank you so much. Maraming salamat. How I brought my dog in Japan. So I asked the export company in the Philippines. So they did the pick up in Laguna and they drove from Laguna to the airport and then they prepared documents and they sent to Japan. So but they were brought here as a cargo. So they traveled from Manila to Incheon in Korea and then from Incheon to Japan. So that's how they traveled. They finally arrived in Narita Airport around at night and I tried to pick up them, so I went to the animal quarantine. I checked the condition of my dog. Of course they felt stressed. They were very stressful because they haven't stayed in a small cage for a long time. So I felt sorry to my dog. I went to the quarantine. The staff checked all the document and my dogs, and then they found that one mistake in my document. They said that you have to revise it and you cannot receive it right now. It was like big problem, so I fixed it all and I asked my friend to fix all the doctor in the Philippines and I prepared it and then I was able to finish it next day, which is very fast. It was very fast response, so I really appreciate it. And then I received them, but in Narita Airport there was no flight going to Fukuoka from Narita Airport. I have to move to the Haneda. It took around like 1.5 hours to travel from Narita Airport to Haneda Airport. I booked the cat taxi and then I was able to travel to Haneda Airport. There is no problem in domestic flight, so I booked the Japanese airline, I think, Japan Airline. So they was welcome to accommodate my dogs, even they are too big and 2 dogs. So I happily came back to Fukuoka. The first few days, they didn't get used to the new life and new environment. So I prepared one room with small outside area so that they can feel free to pee or poop outside. I expect them to make noise or barking outside. Of course, the environment is completely different from the Philippines. I was afraid that some neighbors will complain to my dogs because they might be noisy, but fortunately they are not that noisy. I think they stay comfortable in my house, so I'm so happy about it, and then I hope they're also happy to stay in Japan. If I can go back, and then I realized that there are a lot of good points to take care of my dogs in Japan. So one thing is that a lot of pet products. I think there is a huge market field of pet product in Japan. So even you go to the supermarket in local area, you can find a lot of kind of pet products. I hope you can see it in the video. So I was so impressed, and then but the problem is there are a lot of choices. So you have to really carefully have to choose what product or what dog food or what snack you choose. Another good point, no stray dog. It is very comfortable to work with my dogs. So as you can see here, you cannot find any stray dog, and I live in the countryside, so you don't really see the human beings, right? So it's very comfortable to go around, and the road is clean, and there are a lot of natures. So I am also enjoy working with them, and I hope they also enjoy working with me and stay in Japan. And another reason, as I said a while ago, there are a lot of natures and rice fields, so I hope they can also see the change of season. They also see a lot of color of natures and flowers and rice fields. And another one is I have something to do in the day. So before I brought my dog, I just stay in the room. If there's no job, I just stay in my room, so nothing to do. But right now I have something to do, so I usually walk with my dog in the morning. At night, I can make the day productive. I'm doing something for my dog. I enjoy more than before. I really enjoy my day more than before. So it was my good choice to bring my dog in Japan. That's all. So update the life of my dogs in Japan. I hope you enjoy my video, and if you have requests, please put your comment below. If you don't subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel, and see you guys. See you next video. Bye.
お疲れ様です。